Oh freaking raw, everybody. It's Uncle Bud, and this is the newest episode of Uncle Bud Smoking 'em. And today, I'm here to smoke Orin Hatch. Now, he may be a senator, but I refuse at this point from now on to call him Senator Hatch because he ain't done anything but sit there and tweet while a veteran has been mistreated, misguided, and misled in trying to get his benefits. See, my stepdad, he served back in the Korean War, and he did a good job. They sent him out on patrol with no bullets, crazy shit like that. I'm sure some of you other Korean vets know all about it. Even some of you vets, Vietnam vets. But here's the deal. They've been telling him everything from they lost all of his paperwork to he didn't sign a paper, that he has the copy with his copy of his signature on the copy, clear to he died in the Korean War and he's not actually who he is. Well, we're still fighting all of this, but here's the real kicker. Back Veterans Day of last year, being a former admin chief, I knew where to go. You take this stuff to your local senator. They handle your federal offices. You know, you're having a problem with the federal office, Medicare takes a payment and wants you to wait 6 to 9 months. Go to your senator. Tell them, you can't wait that long. You don't even make enough money to pay rent. So, beyond that, we took him to our senator. Now, I won't refer to this man as a senator anymore because he's disgraced the good name of the Senate of these United States just by ignoring this vet. He's had time to tweet. He's had time to make comments about Arizona's laws, but he obviously hasn't had time to help a veteran of the state he's a senator for. I'm talking about Orin Hatch, okay? And I won't include senator in his name in the same verse because he ain't. He's some freaking politician that's just sitting there waiting so he can blame something on the Democrats if they don't win, if the Republicans don't win any extra seats this coming election. I'm sick of this. And there are Democrats doing this crap too. And you know what? The good people of this country are the ones that are suffering. Nobody else. Hatch ain't suffered none. He's still tweeting away. He's still tossing back his drink. And by the way, if you're his bishop, yeah, you need to check that out. Pull his recommend until he straightens his shit up. Back to the point. So the VA's been telling my stepdad everything he died, everything. You know, we're trying to prove it all, get it all straightened around. We take it to Senator Hatch. Or excuse me, we take it to the Hatch man, spaceman freak ball. All he does, he's got time to tweet. He's got time to go on public record about comments on Arizona law, and he's got time to vote down a bill that wouldn't have added 1 penny to our deficit that was strictly to pay for the first responders' health care that went in a 9/11 crisis. And I didn't even get that, but now I do, because before then, if it would have passed with the majority vote back then, they wouldn't have been able to add a bill that will actually make it add to the deficit, because now they can add subsidiary bills to it that will add to the deficit, and then they can say, oh look, the Democrats said it wouldn't, but now it does. But the truth of the matter will remain, it's because you guys didn't pass it the first time. The second time you passed it, you went back and probably put in a clause so it did take money directly from the deficit, because that money was coming straight from the companies that produced those textiles that made these people sick, going to save lives of good Americans, Christian, Muslim, whatever faith you follow. I don't care if you pray to Satan every night, dude. That's the beauty of this country. Amen. Back to the subject. So we take my stepdad, Mr. Hatchman, Veterans Day. Say, hey, can you get with the VA, straighten it out so 1, they know it's alive, 2, so they realize they have all his paperwork, 3, they just do their job correctly. Okay? Now he's come off, his staff, which to me is him, because his staff represents him in everything they do when they answer his phone. That's right, Sharon Garn, you were Senator Hatch for a moment. Now, why ain't you done nothing? Why has he had time to tweet? Why is my stepdad's case still just as confused and just as screwed up as when we brought it to you. Why? Because you ain't done nothing. You guys are sitting around waiting so you can blame it on the Democrats for something else, right? That's gotta be it. I can't understand why you would not make sure a vet's case was simply unclustered. That's all we asked. We didn't say, hey, make the decision for the VA at any point. I sent you a letter from the very get-go. You know, hey, straighten this dude's case out. Make sure the VA knows he's alive. Make sure they have, you know, if they don't have all his paperwork, that they have it. But yet, clear back in November we did this, and yet last month they call up, they send him a letter saying we don't have any of your paperwork. What are you doing? Mr. Hatch, we came to you. Why can't you help a vet? What's your problem? Instead, you know what you do? Sharon Garn calls up my sister like it's some sort of church relief society meeting, threatening her that you guys are going to arrest me if I call you back. How many times I call you after that? At least 100. See this? I'm still a free man. You can't touch an admin chief. Now the big problem, sorry about that, hit a button, paused it up. The big problem, this needs some federal attention. This needs a federal inquiry. I have been threatened by special agent who's actually just a desk clerk at the Senate House, and I made him snap to by telling him, soldier, you will snap to, and this is what you will do, and he ended up doing it. He had his detective supervisor call me back. Regardless, they threatened me. A federal agent threatened me. Okay? Told me I didn't have the right to do what I was doing. I said, hey, come get me. And like I said, dude, still a free man, huh? I ain't broke no laws. But now you know what, Senator Hatch, Mr. Hatch, excuse me, you have broken a law. You have had your staff threaten my family. If they don't make me settle down and calm down, then you're going to have me arrested. And 2, your little girlfriend at the DC office had her boyfriend, the desk clerk, call up and try and act all big, and I pulled his punk card that quick. Said, boy, it don't happen with an admin chief. Don't you know, son? Marine Corps, hoorah, 33rd, you heard? The real Margaritaville. Snipe up, huh? Well, I had a supervisor call me back, and he couldn't explain anything. He knew they had messed up. But I don't understand. Why would a senator, why would a senator's staff make these calls? Not only did he call me and threaten me, he called my sister again, saying, you better get him to calm down or we're going to go arrest him. And I called them back myself, said, dude, you will never call my sister and do that shit ever again. You understand me, son? They've never called her back because, yeah, they understood quick. Regardless, somebody needs to get a hold of me because I got a couple names. Federal inquiry. I want Mr. Hatch investigated. I want him impeached before he's out of office. And look, you're going to vote Republican here in Utah? Dude, this is what you're looking at, all right? They let a vet go unhelped just so in case they didn't win a seat, they could say, look, Obama ain't helping the vets. But you know what? The bills Obama's passed, this vet should have his benefits. And they're still giving him issue over it because, Mr. Hatch, you have not done your job. That is plain and simple. If you had done it, his case would be straightened out. They would know they already have every copy of his paperwork, and they would know he only requires one referral from a VA doctor diagnosing him with, 3rd stage PTSD. But yet, they still want him to go in for another interview. What's up? Can't you do your job, Senator Hatch? No, you can't. You can sit there and blame things on Democrats while you guys don't do nothing. And there are Democrats doing this crap too, and I'm sick of it. Us people need to stand up. If your party's not doing what they're supposed to, you get up, you go to your library, and you find out what law they're breaking, and you nail them on it. Right now, I want federal indictments on Senator Hatch for threatening and harassment and overstepping his duties. And these officers, they have abused their power. I want them gone. You understand? Gone, out of their job. I ain't making no physical threats to nobody. I just want their jobs gone because they definitely ain't doing it like they're supposed to. I'm Uncle Bud, and I just smoked Orin Hatch.